So here I am inside the demo account. And as was
Mhm.
said in another video that we filmed actually, is that now you have the option when you join Link My Books that you'll land on a page like this when you come in. So you'll sign up for a free trial. You'll sign in with Google, Xero, or QuickBooks. At that point, you're just signing in, you're not connecting anything. And then you'll have the choice to connect your marketplaces. But at the very bottom, if you don't want to connect yet, if you want to just have a look around, you can create a demo account, and at that point, you'll be able to choose a UK, US, or Australian business demo. For the purposes of this, I'm going to go into the one that we've already created, which is a UK one. And I think what's quite good is to be able to show you exactly what I was talking about.
Hmm.
So before I was saying that if you sell different types of products, if you've got products that go outside of the UK, or if you've got sales which the marketplace are VAT responsible, like all of that we're actually doing here. So this is a payout from this is LMB shop, but let's just imagine it's Amazon or eBay or Etsy or someone like that.
Hmm.
£318.49. Now, of that, we've got some sales principal, sales which are being shipped to the UK, and these are zero rated products. So these are food or baby products or something like that. And so they don't have any tax on, and they will go in the sales account. Now, if you were doing this manually, you might have missed that, and you might not have realized that those are zero rated products, and therefore you pay 20% VAT on that.
Mm.
And now a sixth of that, so £55, you've just lost because you've just paid it to the HMRC instead of keeping it in your pocket. Then you've got sales that are shipped outside the UK, and again, those are zero rated as well because they're exports. There's no UK VAT to pay on them. And so again, you're maintaining the full value of those transactions in your pocket. And then finally, we come to the sales that are actually shipped to the UK, which are 20% vatable. So these ones are the ones you need to pay VAT on. And so that's why it's super important to be using something like Link My Books to automate that process, because this list of transactions might actually be 100 orders. On a bigger seller, it could be 10,000 orders, it could be 100,000 orders. And so for you to do that manually is just unreasonable to be able to do it. And then your different types of fees. So in this example, all the fees are 20% VAT, but in some cases, some of the orders might have 20% on, some of them might have zero rated in terms of fees. So I think that this is a keen example of where we are separating all this out for you into all the different types of transactions. We're putting it in the correct account with the correct tax rate, and all you need to do is just send it across to Xero. And you can do that individually from the settlement dashboard, which we looked at before. So you can say action send to Xero or QuickBooks, or you can do it through our automation as well. So you can just turn it on so that it just automatically posts the data across. So I think that it's increasingly hard now to do this manually. And I think using a piece of software that costs from as little as £13 a month is a wise investment in your business to be able to automate this side of things, and then to be able to use the financial analytics to be able to decide how best to grow your business. We looked at this in another video, so I'll not cover it now. I think there's a link below in the description. But yeah, I think that stuff like this is just so powerful.
Then the zero rated products, when we connect Linkman Books to our sales channel, it will determine based on our product what UPC, like how does it know that it's a zero rated product, or do we need to supply this information to you? This.
Very good question. Very good question. So for Amazon and for Shopify, we can automatically detect that. So for
Mm-hmm.
Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
we use what's called the product tax code. So
Mm-hmm.
when you add a product to Amazon, you also add a product tax code. Now, all products by default will have the AGEN tax product tax code, which just means that it incurs
Mm.
tax. But if you sell food products or baby products or like car seats or anything like that, which is a lower VAT rated item, then you can select the correct product tax code in Amazon, and then it will automatically charge the customers the correct VAT amount, either nothing or 5%. And we can detect those product tax codes as they're coming into Link My Books. So for all of those transactions, we'll be looking up the orders, we'll look up the product tax codes. So we'll know which ones are zero rated and which ones are reduced rated, and we'll move those accordingly. For Shopify, we
Mm-hmm.
have a similar thing where basically we can detect it from Shopify if you've ticked the box to say taxable or non-taxable. For
Mm-hmm.
all the other channels, so let's imagine this was an eBay account, then what you would do is you would come into Link My Books, you would go into product groups, And then in product groups, here we have three example products. This one is marked as zero rated. These two are standard rated. And so you could just choose in this drop down which type of product these products are. And
Mm.
if you've got lots of products, you can do it through bulk upload as well. So you can download
Hmm.
our template, then you can like use a Excel worksheet to correct all the tax rates and then upload the sheet again, and there you go, you're done. So I think that it's much easier for Amazon and Shopify, but the others are as straightforward as we can make it. Unfortunately, those other channels just don't make that information available through their APIs. Some people might sell on Amazon and then they might also sell on eBay. And so obviously the eBay side of things you have to do manually. Same for TikTok Shop as well. But we automate as much of the process as we possibly can, basically.
Maybe you have a little tip for those who are, they're on eBay and they need to do it manually. Like, how do they get those right tax codes? Should they contact some department or should they ask the factory? Or there's like maybe just because maybe a seller is listening, like, look, man, I don't know. Like, what about mine? Like, I've just here my first product. I'm not even
Yeah,
sure, or not even first product. Maybe they're
I
looking
think
into expanding and they're like,
I think most sellers will probably know if they sell zero rated or reduced rated products. But if
mhm,
you don't know, then I think you can actually go on the HMRC's website and you can actually like list of all the types of products that are
mhm,
zero rated and reduced rated.
mhm,
Alternatively, you could maybe ask ChatGPT to see if like it can give you some advice. It might not be
mhm.
100% accurate, but it'll
Yeah.
probably point you in the right direction. And then the
Uh-huh.
last thing I would be was to be ask your accountant.
Yes.
Or you can chat with us as well. We might
Yeah.
be able to help
Yeah.
you on the product side of things.